when you're cultivating your inner light like that, you're also creating, your primordial being has a stronger voice. And your primordial inner healer is going to be yelling up at you on what to eat and what not to eat.
This weekend, with its diversity and all that we're offering, was very intentional. We decided to bring together all of the people that we knew in our community who were acting as healers in some way. And that's why we entitled it the New England Healers Symposium. And so I think that all-encompassing nature of it, the fact that we have yoga, that we have meditation, that we have people celebrating just by making chocolate, or teaching fermentation, teaching sprouting. It's all an inclusive part of creating a healthy society and also maintaining our own personal health. So it was a very intentional sort of choice.
So food is more than taste. It's not only that, it's texture and it's presentation too. I mean, that's really, the meal starts with the eyes. So, the composition on the plate is really critical. And putting the fresh herbs on there and adding colors and a variety. I mean, that should be the experience.
And this is the more acrobatic side, which we can play with if people are interested.
Did you discover this?
We did discover it, we didn't invent it.
Oh!
Ready.
Flying yoga.
So we're going to do that?
If you want to. We can definitely keep you that.
Well, the idea behind this festival was to sort of bring awareness to hard cider producers in the region that are making really high quality products that kind of aren't recognized in the same way that beer and wine is. People know about, beer and wine, and there are tons of beer fests and wine fests in the region, but this is the first cider fest that I know of. And the really nice thing about cider is that it can be made with all local ingredients. We grow the apples right here in Vermont. It's a great place to grow apples. And then lots of people around here are really taking it seriously, and they're making really interesting ciders, as I think a lot of people tasted today. And I'd like them to get a little more recognition. I'm Claire Fryerman, and here with Champlain Orchards today at Cider Fest 2010. Hopefully the first of an annual event that we're going to have here at the Orchard. And yeah, it's been a great day so far. Lots of vendors here, and I think it's been really successful. We had Red Hen, who made amazing bread, and then we had a few different cheese producers, Shelburne Farms, Crowley Cheese, and Vermont Butter and Cheese, and they all make cheeses that pair really nicely with cider. There's some really sweet ciders, ice ciders, that go really nicely with cheeses as dessert. And then there's hard ciders that are like champagnes in style, and they also go really well with cheese. So it was a perfect pairing. And we had Farmhouse Tap and Grill provide really good burgers and salads made with produce from our orchard here. I thought it would be fun to have something where there was some hard cider instead of just sweet cider, and that would make for maybe a different crowd at an event like this. So I kind of took the idea and ran with it, and everybody at the orchard chipped in, and we put together a really fun festival. There definitely were more young people here today than I normally see at the orchard. I think we definitely had some students from the area come down, which was really nice. That's kind of what I wanted, because I think a lot of younger people don't think to come apple picking. It's more people who have children that come apple picking, but it's fun for everybody. And if you have something like hard cider to lure those people here, then they end up enjoying an amazing day in the country apple picking. And I think it kind of, it's a lost art at that age, but this attracted them back to it.
This festival is an example of us exploring new
new opportunities to educate consumers on how cider was historically fermented and consumed. So currently we make lots of sweet cider, and hard cider is something all of our ancestors grew up very familiar with. When water was not a safe thing to be drinking because of contamination early on, hard cider was often the drink of choice. And I think we've forgotten a lot of that history, and so we're also looking to market and grow. We're looking to expand the types of varieties we're growing to specifically fill that niche for hard cider makers and ice cider makers that would be buying fruit from us, as well as fruit we would be growing for our own production. So it's diversifying the types of apples we're growing. That extends the season of what we're growing as well, and it's a whole other marketing channel as well, which is a secondary cause. The real cause is education and a challenge, I think, for horticulturally as a grower.
I got an apple! Somebody catch!
All right. Let's see.
My name is Mark Hage. I live in Montpelier, and I work with Vermonters for a Just Peace in Palestine, Israel. The organization is committed to ending nearly 40 years of Israeli military and colonial occupation of the West Bank and Gaza.
I also am one of the 23 artists in the exhibition. My piece behind me represents a map of Palestine, with the title being one of the things we call, one of the beliefs of the vast majority of Palestinians. It is a saying that says Palestine will be free from the water to the water. And here he's got a bird, of course a lot of fantasy, a bird with a horse's tail and the mother buried on his back. And this is Mustafa. And why the coffin's on your back, Mustafa, is because when our friends, the artists, die, they remain in us. Their body might go, but all that we knew of them. And of course, this is very poignant because many of the Palestinian artists and others died in the revolutionary struggle in the 70s. This is the amazing piece by John Halaka, a Palestinian who lives in California, is a professor of art. It represents the Palestinian refugees of 1948. Actually, he doesn't say 1948. It's just Palestinian refugees. The biggest amount came out in 1948 of their homes, but not out of all of Palestine. Many people think that the refugees, Palestinian refugees, when they were made homeless, left Palestine.